up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Kylie Kelsey, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing? We're hot.
Sweaty and pregnant. I tell everyone will like say, oh, you're glowing. And I'm like, no, I'm sweating because I'm either nauseous or it's too hot in here.
You look amazing though.
Thank you so
You
much.
have, this is like, I'm not trying to gas you up, but you have the most gorgeous skin.
That is very kind.
No, because when I met, okay, so we've met before.
Yes.
We met on the sidelines at the Eagles game. Was that 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
That was such a fucking
I guess
good
it was
game.
3 weeks ago now.
3
because
weeks.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah. 3 weeks
Smacks
ago.
in there.
That was such an insane game. The snow, all of it. But I remember we met for the first time and that was my first impression of you. I was like, why is her skin so perfect? So
You are
shout
far
out.
too kind.
Shout out.
Far too kind.
I'm so happy we're doing this. I think people are going to freak the fuck out that we're getting to sit down together.
I hope so.
I think so. They're like, this is actually.
Otherwise, I'm so sorry to the Call Her Daddy audience.
The Daddy Gang's like, what the fuck? No, people are going to be excited. First of all, just to give context, we are sitting in these like horrid, amazing recliner chairs.
Thank God my husband didn't come.
Why?
He would have been like, how fast can you ship these back to our house?
No,
This is my husband's style chair.
They're actually so fucking ugly.
But they swallow you up.
Yeah. Oh, they're cozy. And I do
That's
think
all he cares about.
by the end we could recline.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we can like get cozy.
Oh, great.
We're gonna start professional
Yeah,
and then we're gonna
fuck
kick
ankle
it.
swelling.
Yeah.
I got this. Okay, we're gonna get our feet elevated.
But I got this set up for us and I was like, it's ugly, but it is indicative of where we are. We're in New Orleans. Super Bowl is tomorrow. I feel like you've probably been to a lot of Super Bowls, right?
yes,
What is the most like favorite memory you have of a Super Bowl? Anything.
I mean, I would love to say Minnesota, but I don't have that many memories because I blacked out.
Classic. Can you give some context to people that aren't familiar with what you're talking about?
Yeah, so the Eagles won the Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota, and it was incredible. It was, I mean, my husband was the center at the time. It was unreal to watch, and also I'm from Philadelphia, so I knew what it meant to the city. But the stress, like even thinking about it is making me sweat again. The stress of watching him play, knowing what it meant to the city, and also that we hadn't had one.
I grew up in Pennsylvania. And so like being
You get it.
I get it. And we've been through a lot. And Philly fans,
through too much.
It's aggressive. Like
That's a very nice way to say it.
really, how would you describe Philly fans?
I mean, we're appalling. And I say we because like I fully embrace the fact that it's all of us.
You partake.
I mean, there are some times where I think fans, like specifically Philly fans, get a bad rap because of viral moments. I do not claim them. Although there was a little kid who like tapped someone on the shoulder or something at a game and then just like flipped him the bird. And I was like, I do claim that.
You're like, actually,
I
yes.
love that kid.
I condone that
I actually
energy.
love that child.
Obviously, your husband's retired now, but when he was playing, what was the energy like in your household on game day?
Horrific.
Okay, walk me through it.
I mean, I would like start like manifesting superstitions as if that was going to help. Like always put my left shoe on before my right. Make sure that like certain things, if I needed to switch spots while the game was happening, that I did that. There was one game where I was folding laundry for our girls. It was a late night game and I bent down next to the laundry basket and suddenly there was like a really good run. And I was like, well, now I'm crouching next to a laundry basket. And for the rest of the game, which was like 30 to 40 minutes, I crouched next to the laundry basket.
Your daughters
There's
are like,
photo
Mommy?
evidence somewhere. I sent it to my other friend who is another wife of a player and was like, am I squatting next to a laundry basket? Yes. Am I going to stop? No.
No. Are we going to win? Yes.
Did they win? Yes. I'm
Period.
not saying it's because I was crouching next to the laundry
No, it
basket,
was.
but I'm not willing to risk it.
Absolutely
You
not.
see what I'm saying? Logically.
I love the energy. You're like, if this is working, we're going to fucking keep with it.
Yeah.
Wait, are you now still doing that though for the Eagles? Like even now that he's not playing, are you still giving
To
that
some
energy?
degree.
Okay. You've reeled it back a
Not,
little.
yes.
Okay.
And honestly, I think it's mostly just because during games, like my kid, like I'm not going to the stadium anymore for home games. And so then like I basically tell, like I have to like help my kids with things and they pull me out.
Is it weird that you're not going? Like, is it sad?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Because I get to say all of the expletives that I would like to say in the comfort of my living room.
And no one gets to film you doing it.
That's right.
Who do you think would get more nervous before a game, you or him?
Me.
You were freaking out.
I don't think that he really got nervous.
Really?
No. I mean,
I guess it makes sense, right?
he did it for 13 years.
Yeah, true. How do you feel about his flip-flops?
I'm so used to them, it doesn't even faze me. I do think it's funny that there's a population of women that are like, that's the most appalling thing I've ever seen. And I'm out here like,
Really?
really? That's what a turnoff is?
I actually like that he kind of rolls in
They're
himself.
so disturbed at the fact that they can see his toes. And I'm like, I've seen worse toes. I'm okay with it. I live with those toes.
Like, I've seen them up.
I sleep next to those toes. Why would I be disturbed with
They
this?
rub up against me
Yeah.
occasionally. That's a good answer. Okay, your podcast.
Yes.
First of all, not gonna lie, congratulations. It is
Thank you.
so fucking refreshing and incredible to see a woman up on the charts doing her thing. How have you been feeling about it all?
It's interesting to talk to myself.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the audience that I'm hitting now. I'm so happy that it's settled into the demographic that it was intended for. Like, it was intended for women. So sorry, men. I have had quite a few men tell me that they listen,
that's nice.
which I think is lovely. But it's meant for who it's meant for, and I wanted it to settle into that. Like,
Yeah.
you want to hit the listeners who you're intending.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions and you're gonna have to tell the truth because obviously you're not gonna lie.
I love
Okay.
this. Let me dab my upper lips.
Yeah, dab the upper lip. You don't look like you're sweating. Just
That's really great because I'm pretty sure I have like ass, like it's pulling at my ass. It's
that's the worst when you're wearing jeans and somehow you see the sweat through the jeans.
That's what's about to happen.
You have the asshole sweat. I'm never gonna look.
Don't worry, I'll moon your camera before you leave.
And you wore a cable knit fucking sweater.
To be fair, I was so comfy when I started walking, and the sun here is just,
Well, it's humid out there.
I'm not even mad about it.
Okay.
Because I'm
freezing.
pretty sure there's like a snow day back in Philadelphia.
I agree. Okay. What is the fastest way to piss you off?
Oof. Lie. When people lie, I'm like, what, for what purpose? I'm not an overly sensitive person. It takes like a lot for me to be bothered by something.
Yeah.
I grew up in a house where like picking on each other was fun.
Yeah. Oh, love.
So like I can take it. When people lie, I'm like, for what? What did that do for you?
What is the most humbling thing that your daughters have said to you recently?
Oh my God. Your belly's big.
No.
Yes.
What do you say when they say that?
I'm like, because mom is growing a human being. That's why mom's belly is big. Yeah, they'll humble you all the time. Like our youngest, it's not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, looked right at me and was like, boobs. And I was like, yes. This was in the morning. I had just gotten out of the shower. I'm like getting dressed. She's sitting on the bed and she goes, boobs. And I said, yes. And she goes, bae. And I was like, okay, guys, there is a human being.
One of
in
you
here.
is in here.
I'm trying to give you a sibling. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They'll
And it's going to
humble
be
you.
4?
Yes, 4. But like 4 girls is better than 4 boys. So sorry. When
No, I
I
agree.
meet boy moms, I'm like, God bless you.
God bless.
I don't, even my mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law has told me horror stories of, there is a story about my husband when he was little going out in the front yard and Donna, my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
heard someone go, he has a knife. He was in the front yard with the kitchen knives, throwing them up in the air to see if they would stick in the front lawn.
Okay, but do you think that younger years it's harder for boys, but then when the girls get to like high school,
Oh, I already told my husband he can move out as long as he visits me. That's what I told him. You have to visit me, but you can move out. Like, I'm prepared to take the hit.
do you realize, because you know how you were like in high school?
Yes.
And I know how I was like in high school.
Yes.
And no matter what parameter you were at, whether you were crazy or normal, like girls in high school,
Bruh.
that shit is horrible.
I always say the only thing worse than high school girls is middle school girls.
Period.
Yes.
What is the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
Oh. The boy one is the most frequent. I don't know if
What?
it's crazy that we're having a boy. Or that we tried for a boy.
Interesting. Why do you think people are saying that?
Because they really want us to have a boy. I will say there was this moment when we found out we were having our 4th girl where I was like, we've always said we wanted 4 kids. I'm like, maybe I won't get to meet a little Jason, which was a little bit weird. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, if we had a boy, at this point, I'm good. I've gone this long without getting peed on when I open a diaper. I'm trying to keep that streak alive.
Maybe we're like good with one Jason. One Jason is enough.
I think that's what the universe has said.
I agree. How do you feel about the word wag?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like it because I think it has a serious negative connotation attached. I think that it's this suggestion that your spouse's profession swallows you up as well. And I have made a serious effort to make sure that, and both Jason and I have made a serious effort to make sure that while he was playing, that it was clear that that was his job.
Interesting.
In the same way that someone would go to work and come home and not necessarily talk about their entire day. You're filing taxes, you're doing spreadsheets. Like, you're not coming home and telling your spouse about like the spreadsheet you worked out.
I agree. Like, I think that now what I appreciate is, even like I was telling you before this, like speaking to the WAGs yesterday, I appreciate how people are being more vocal about like what they do independently. And I think sometimes it can freak people out when it's like, wait, you're just, even if you are like holding down the household, it's like people don't understand that these women do have their own independent lives with their husband, obviously. Yes. And I think people like to just be like, no, your husband is just like an NFL player, so you just like are in it for the money or the fame or whatever. Yes. And it's like, no, these are like real humans with real lives and feelings. And
the vast majority, it's so funny to me because it's like, it is that stigma of like, you're with them because they make a lot of money, or like you want designer bags, or you want, you live in a mansion. It's like, no. I like, there have been a number of people who've come to our house and they're like, oh. No. I'm like, again, not easily offended. I'm like, yep, that's what you get. It's like,
well, now that you said your husband would want these chairs, I'm getting a
they would fit.
Well, they fit in your
in. Okay.
I love you. Okay, what is a weird item that is always in your bag?
That's a good question. Mm-hmm. For a while, because I was doing like event consulting, I had zip ties in my.
Oh, that's weird. That's fucking weird.
Because when one day I realized how weird it was when I went to get something at like a chapstick or something, and someone was like, "Is that a zip tie?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you think this is like kinkier than it is." It's so that signs don't fall down.
I agree. If I saw that, I'd be like, Kylie,
what is wrong with
Kylie,
that?
what are you and Jason up to with that headboard?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm trying to keep signs on walls, guys. It's so,
it's not that hot.
I have since moved on. They are no longer in my bag.
It's probably a good look.
Yep.
What is something you used to be embarrassed about, but you don't give a fuck about anymore?
Oh, my height.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was 5'10" going into high school, taller than every guy in my grade, which can really like set you up for some weird feedback from the opposite sex.
What did they say?
Oh, I was a man. Like, it was all of like they felt emasculated by the fact that I was taller than them.
Of course.
By the time I got to like senior year, I was like, you guys can go fuck yourselves.
Truly. And then those little like fucking 5'8" squirts, you're like, shut the fuck up.
Well, the best part is my dad is 6'9". So like when
Your dad is 6'9"?
Yes, and my mom's only 5'2". So I've never been alarmed at either end of the height spectrum.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I never realized how tall I was until people started picking on me about how tall I was.
It's so infuriating when boys are picking on you in middle school or high school, and you're like, it's so...
This is a you problem.
Yes. You're so insecure, and you're looking at me, and you're like, I'm fucking gorgeous. Get away from me.
Oh, by senior year, I was like, you guys can suck my ass.
You're like, I'm going to wear heels
you're down
to prom.
there anyway. Have at it. Oh, fuck. That's mean.
That was a good one. No, that was good. Okay, wait. Yeah, so you grew up in Philadelphia.
Yes.
What were you like as a kid?
Well-behaved. I'm a rule follower.
Really?
Big time rule follower. Oh, if someone's like, you can't go there, I'm like, I can't go there. And then like our team will be like, Kylie, you have to say like you're supposed to be in there.
I wouldn't expect that.
I'm such a rule follower. My husband is the opposite. We really compliment each other on that.
He just busts through the door.
He's like, a barrier? Fuck it. I'm like, there's a sign that says we can't.
We're not allowed to do that. It's kind of like me and my husband. Matt will always be like, you have to act like like
I can't do it.
if you walk straight through, no one's going to ask you a question.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of the
I'm
same.
like, I don't have a pass. I can't go there.
But it's like, I feel like you can just go in, but I never can. Okay, why do you think we're like that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know.
I get anxiety.
Like kids in high school used to be like, oh, I'm going to skip this class. And I would be like, my mom will find out. My 5'2" mother will find out.
Wait, were your parents strict growing up?
Not really, no. I mean, like I think at the time I would have said yes, but not really. I was like playing sports, so like I wasn't going to house parties regularly because I had a field hockey tournament to get up for the next day. And
what was your social life like in high school?
trash.
Wait, why?
Yeah, I mean, I really like my field hockey team, my club field hockey team, were where I like spent the most time on the weekends.
Yeah.
I was not like a partier. I still am not a partier. I really don't drink.
I'm a little hungover.
Are you?
Yeah.
See, I love the idea of getting up the next morning and being like, I can eat breakfast happily and like go about my day.
I love that feeling too. And I wish I felt like that.
My husband, I feel like he had that experience this morning and was like, this is delightful. But for the last like 4 days, we've been like, are you alive?
Does he get hungover?
I think he would try. He would like to say no.
But he does.
He's lying.
Okay, did you ever date in high school?
No.
No?
No.
No. When did you have your first kiss?
What? Oh God. Ooh.
Tell me.
5 days before my junior year of high school.
So specific.
Because I was so alarmed by the fact that I was going to be a junior in high school and had never even like touched lips with another human being.
Wait, how did it happen?
I just kissed a guy.
You just walked up to him.
He literally was like, oh, I'll come over and hang out. And I was like, you can't come over and hang out. Like, my dad's here.
Okay, so you had your first kiss in high school.
Yep.
Junior year.
Yeah.
Who was your first boyfriend?
When I graduated high school,
What did your parents think about him?
he was fine.
He was okay.
I mean, I think we dated for like 3 months.
Okay, but you weren't dating like bad boys. Good guys?
No.
Good guys.
I am not into like the douche. That bothers me.
That's good.
Like anyone that's like trying to be cool, I'm like, no.
You're disgusting. Get away.
I mean, my husband was in competition jazz band in high school. Like even though he's a jock, there's a degree of nerd.
Wait, he was?
Yes, he was a bari sax player, and and that speaks to me. Like
that's what gets me
the fact
going.
that my husband, like, I make jokes about my husband not being like a Rico Suave, like not being very smooth, like being terrible. Like he'll get hit on by women, and I'm like, hello, she's hitting, and he's like, no, she wasn't. And I'm like, you're so cute.
Wait, that is adorable.
That's what
That's what got you going.
Yeah.
Okay, you ended up going to Cabrini University.
Yes.
What was your reputation on campus? Because that's a small campus, right?
Itty bitty.
Yeah, tiny.
The athletes all stuck together, so I feel like it was very close knit.
I had the same thing. Like all of
The best.
just like your family.
Yes.
Which is, I think, like I always said whenever people asked me for advice about going to college, I was like, even if you're not an athlete, like if you can get into a group,
Yes.
you are going to thrive. Like join the jazz club or whatever the fuck it is. Because then you have like 20 people already that are your friends. And I had that immediately when I got in there.
Yep.
And then you don't feel like you're like a floundering
Alone.
fish, right?
Alone.
Okay, so did
But
you get into dating?
I was dating someone in the beginning of college.
Okay,
For
fun.
like a couple years.
Did you go to parties?
I would go to parties and be like the designated driver. Like I would make sure I was like a mother hen. Like I would make sure everyone got home.
Oh, I love that.
I still have like college teammates. When I see them, they'll be like, "Mom." Like they don't call me by my first name.
So you've always kind of had that like motherly energy
Very
about
much
you.
so. And when
love
I
that.
went to college, I was the 21-year-old freshman transfer. Like I went to community college first.
Got it. Yep.
So I was automatically like I was a freshman that could get into bars.
Oh, I
Legally.
love that for you.
Because of course I was a rule follower and never had a fake ID.
You never had a fake?
When I tell you like a rule follower, I mean a rule follower.
Okay, so what is like the most trouble you've ever gotten in your life? You're like, I've been arrested actually. No.
I did jail time. No.
No. You're like, you don't know that I went to prison? I'm like, what?
That's so weird. You want to see my prison time?
No. Do you not? Have you never gotten in that much trouble?
No. The worst that's ever happened is like I got pulled over for going like 40 and a 25.
Oh my God, Kylie.
And I apologize profusely. I
can't even look at you right now. I feel like a horrible person. Okay, we're gonna play a game. One of your favorite phrases is, I have no business doing that. So
Yes.
I'm going to give you a scenario and you tell me if you do it or you have no business doing that.
Perfect.
Dye your hair platinum blonde.
No business.
Have you ever dyed your hair?
Yeah, I mean, I get highlights, but nothing. Absolutely, you could no.
No. You have really gorgeous hair.
That's very kind.
Getting a matching tattoo with Jason.
No, I think that's a jinx.
You do.
I have no business doing that. I do. Do you have a matching tab with your husband?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
You're like, I think that is such trash behavior.
I don't
I'm
think it's
literally
trash,
like,
it just
right
makes me
here, we
nervous.
got this on our
No,
wedding.
there are.
No, I'm
I've seen
kidding.
so many ones where I'm like, that is the sweetest little like hint of no,
No. Do you have a tattoo?
no.
I don't have any either.
I just it's more of a commitment thing. Like still have not seen something where I'm like, I want that on my body.
I feel the same exact way. I'm like,
do it.
Same, but I'm like, there's nothing that I can even picture for a second that I'm like, this needs to be on me till I'm 90.
Yes.
I changed my mind. I don't know what I
That's
want.
it.
Right?
Yes.
Me in college making a decision of a tattoo,
You'd have an infinity symbol
I would hate myself.
with a heart.
And I would want you to bully me and be like, why do you
That's just it. I don't.
the infinity symbol? I shout out to the girls that got it on a whim
That are living
that are
with infinity.
and beyond.
That's it.
Wait, does your husband have tattoos?
He does not.
Does Travis have tattoos?
I don't think so. Jason and Travis talked very briefly about getting like the Kelsey crest.
Oh, interesting. Do you think it's gonna happen?
No.
I don't think they should. But who am I to say?
I don't think they should either.
I'm not a tattoo person, but I respect people that are.
I think that I love like women with like little dainty tattoos. I think they're so sweet. I think that for a guy, you either need to be fully committed, like you need to be tatted or none at all.
Yeah, like lean in or just
That's it.
stop. Moving on. Film a reality show about your family.
No business.
You would never,
Ever.
never.
Here's the thing. You don't want to be in our. The reason it hasn't happened, we are not that interesting.
No.
I tell people all the time. You catch me on a random Tuesday, we're going to be in the kitchen coloring. I'm going to be yelled at about snacks and filling water bottles. Someone's going to be screaming from upstairs, I'm done pooping. And I'm like, okay.
That's actually
That's
true.
what you
'Cause
get.
Is it weird for you that so many people are like so fascinated with
Very.
your lives?
I have like a legitimate amount of guilt associated with the fact that people are like, you're amazing. And I'm like, I'm not.
You're like, girl.
I'm so sorry to disappoint. When people meet me and they're like, I'm so excited to meet you, I'm like, I'm so sorry to let you down.
Kylie.
It's just
I
like,
get what you mean though. I think that is something that's so crazy when you see people on the internet or in tabloids or whatever the fuck, and you're like, you have this idea and then you meet them. It's like, guys, we're all just like normal human
Yes.
beings. We're all shitting. We're all
Yes.
dealing with life. Like,
Yes.
we're all sweating. We have ass sweat.
we all put our sweaty pants on the same way. It's
Thank
fine.
you. Would you ever attend the Met Gala?
No. Good God, no. I wear fucking Chuck Taylors when I'm supposed to dress up, okay? What? No.
Oh my God, Anna Wintour's quaking. Okay. She's like, but I sent you an invitation.
She would never.
Would you ever throw a Phillies first pitch?
No, I have no business doing that.
Why?
I have no business doing that.
No, you do.
I'll be on the side. I'll take a ride on the Philly Fanatic four-wheeler,
You're not gonna throw the ball.
but I'm not throwing the ball.
But you could throw it.
Yeah, 1,000. I have full faith that I can throw
Yeah,
it.
okay. Would you ever go on a silent wellness retreat?
Maybe. to ask me when I get back to my kids. Right now, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But when I get back to my kids, there might be
You're like, Alex?
4 days. I'm gonna be like, Alex, how about that silent wellness?
Yeah. Did you have a connect for that? Where are we going? Dress in disguise to hide from paparazzi.
No.
No.
I probably wouldn't. I'd just flip them off.
Love, you're honest. Renew your vows.
I don't really feel the need to. It was only 7 years ago. I know what I said.
I kind of feel the same way. Maybe when we hit like,
20.
yeah,
Yeah.
20. Do you think 20 or 30?
Yeah.
30 feels like a milestone.
I do think it would be cool with, I mean, we just had like a great time at our wedding. It would be cool to like get everybody back together
Oh, that would be fun. Wait, where did you
know?
have your wedding?
at the Logan Hotel in Philadelphia.
Lovely.
Yes. We did a little homestay.
What was the song at your first dance?
You Are the Best Thing by Ray LaMontagne.
What was your favorite part of your wedding?
I loved our ceremony. It was like very intimate. It felt really nice. Our dog, which was like my soul dog, was our flower girl. She nailed it. She was so good.
Is she still with you?
She's not. She passed away in March.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It was the right decision.
Are you ever gonna get another dog?
We tried.
Oh, okay.
We still have one.
Oh,
He's delightful.
Oh, wait.
Dumbass, but he's delightful.
I love
He's
how you
not my soul dog.
oh,
He's not.
What is his name?
Baloo.
Baloo.
Baloo, like the bear from the Jungle Book.
Wait,
Our girls call him Bubba.
but you're not like vibing with Baloo.
No, I love him now. As soon as Winnie passed, I was like, okay, we'll be cool now. But like while Winnie was still alive, I was like, Winnie's it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I feel that way about my dog Henry right now. I'm like, I love you, Bruce, but like Henry is like the OG. I wonder if that like affects how they feel about themselves.
My oldest daughter, when we were talking about like me carrying a baby right now,
Yeah.
she was like, well, you had a baby before me. And I was like, excuse me?
No.
And she goes, yeah, Winnie, because I've called Winnie my firstborn child so many times that my oldest daughter thinks that I carried the Irish Wolfhound in my womb.
It must be so wild to have children when you say things like as an adult. It must take a minute to realize how much shit sticks with them. You're like,
Yes.
oh, you really believed that concept. I didn't realize that was like penetrating you in the way that I was just like saying it because it's like a normal statement. And now she's like,
Yes.
Mommy, you had a wolf.
Yeah, you had a wolfhound in your belly. You grew Winnie. She's your firstborn child.
Wait, do you have a name? Obviously you're not gonna tell me, but like have you guys talked about it?
If I had a name, I would tell you.
No, you wouldn't have to, but okay.
No, I would. I'm not.
You don't know yet.
So when we were having our first daughter, people told me like, don't tell people what you're going to name
Yeah,
your kid because
yeah.
then you get reactions. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think you understand. I really don't care
Don't
at
care.
that point. Like if I've chosen,
We're going with it.
that's it.
Yeah.
We had that situation with Wyatt. Our oldest is Wyatt. People are disturbed by the fact that we've named her Wyatt.
Why?
She's very much a Wyatt. Anyone that meets her is like, oh, that's a Wyatt.
People did not like that you.
They
Why
just
are people
don't-
so annoying? Like literally shut
You know
up.
what? Her emails are going to be answered so fast. Kiss my ass.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your marriage.
This is a paid advertisement from BetterHelp. Let's talk about some green flags. Like when I think about my relationship with Matt, I feel so fortunate, almost to the point where I remember when I met Matt, I was like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, now I know it's a green flag. The way he treats me, his emotional intelligence, the way that he approaches our relationship and has boundaries with his family, with me. Like these are things that I almost feel like I never had in previous relationships. I feel like we often hear about the red flags that we should avoid, but what if we focus more on looking for green flags in friends and partners, right? If you are not sure what they look like, trust me, that's normal, but therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, and embody the green flag energy yourself. Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or just working on yourself, it is time to form relationships that love you back, Daddy Gang, okay? As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/daddy. That's betterhelp.com/daddy. You deserve the best, Daddy Gang.
Okay, let's talk about your marriage.
Yes.
You met Jason on Tinder.
I did.
Before you matched with him, were you like looking for a relationship? No.
We were just messing around. We
You're
did
having
it like all my friends in college. We would like sit around and like
I get
swipe
it.
together.
I would do that too. And half of the time, if I matched with someone, I'd be like, wait, you're better for him. Like, let's go. And like, you end up going with him. Like,
We would get the same people and be like, oh, did you swipe right on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I swiped right. I matched with him. Swipe right and see if you match. And then we would start having conversations that were like parallel
stop.
conversations.
Half the time, also, I was doing it just for a social life. I'm like, let's see, do they have parties? Like, let's go. Like, meet anyone you can in college, and you're just trying to get like the hookups. I feel like you guys are like literally Tinder's biggest success story. Have they ever reached out to you?
Right before we got married, they did send a care package. It was like a lot of like flame merch. It was great. The perfect match. Or signs that said that.
No, that is.
Yeah.
What was it about his profile that like stuck out to you?
He looked like a bigger guy.
Okay.
he was actually, there were pictures of him next to people, and I was like, oh, he's kind of like dwarfing them a little bit.
Love.
Which everyone wants to feel like small girl.
Everyone wants that. Everyone wants that small girl energy. You're like, I can just get in there.
He also, his bio, which you can still find somewhere on the internet.
Oh, that's so good that I love the internet.
It's somewhere. Was some sarcastic ass, like, I'm here to make an emotional connection. I want to have long talks about like having babies and something else. I'm like, you're such a dumbass. I can't wait to roast the shit out of you.
Do you guys have that type of relationship?
We will go back and forth very much so. I love it because it's like the house I grew up in. So
I get that.
there's comfort.
Obviously, I know you've said this before, but if my daddy gang doesn't know, can you talk about who sent the first message and what these messages were?
So bad.
No, it's so good.
I sent the first message.
Okay.
I said, I need life alert. I've fallen for you and I can't get up.
Kylie.
That one didn't land very well. He was like, that's not that great. And I was like, I love a challenge. So then I went back with, this is so bad. This is so bad. If I told you I work for UPS, would you let me handle your package? And he said, yes.
He said, absolutely. That's a better one. Where do you want to go on a date?
I feel much better about this now. Yeah.
And then were you guys like talking and then you went on a date?
So then we just had like, we were messaging for probably like a week, and it was great banter.
Okay.
And a little bit into the banter, I was like obviously talking to the friends who we would like swipe with.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, I don't know why, but this guy looks kind of familiar.
Oh.
So then we start Googling with all the information we had. Jason, 27, Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Then I was like, he had to have been an athlete because you could just tell by his build. So then I'm looking up like Philadelphia college roster because like you can find anyone on a college roster.
Wait, he didn't have a picture of him like in his jersey?
No.
Oh my God. I feel like all the douches on Raya that have their like fucking profile picture with them in like their Ravens jersey. It's like he didn't lead with that.
Years later, I said something in front of him about, well, he had nothing on his profile, like no pictures. And he was like, yes, I did. I was like, no, you didn't. Come to find out, one of the photos that he had used was actually a television shot. But because of the way Tinder formatted the picture, it chopped everything. So then the ticker at the bottom, the like graphic at the top that showed that it was a football game was completely cut out. And so all it was like a tight shot of him with like his beard, and he was like well groomed. And I was like, if now like remembering the picture, like
now
it
you
makes
would know.
sense. But there was no indication.
Okay, but that still is like a very big green flag because I do think it's like if you are a professional athlete and you're feeling like you have to lead with your uniform.
Say less. We know what you're out here for. I mean, here's the thing.
It's true.
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
But Jason wasn't
Capitalize.
doing that.
No.
Okay, what was your first impression when you met him in person for the first time?
He was hammered. Like drunk.
Already before, like, were you guys going on a date or you were just going to hang out?
I was just going to meet up with him. So after we figured out who he was by Googling,
Okay.
we thought it was a catfish. My friends and I were like, why would he be on Tinder? That's so
Oh, that makes
ridiculous.
sense.
So after a couple days, he said, come and meet us out at this bar. And my friend, the one, you know, like you have that friend that's just like ride or die. Like,
Like, let's go.
we got to see how this pans out. She made a great point. It's either going to be a catfish, which is hilarious.
Right.
Or it's going to be him, also hilarious.
Both options
We're going
are
to
great.
find out.
Yep.
So we went and met him at a bar in Philly. We walk in and he's sitting at the bar and I'm like, oh, so it's not a catfish. He has since claimed that like it was like a light came down, an angel. I'm like, no, you were fucking shit-faced. Okay,
Like, you could barely see out of your left
your
eye.
eyes were going the opposite direction.
Wait, why did he ever explain like why he was on Tinder?
No, I think he was just messing around.
Yeah, like he was just like looking for, but I get what you're saying. Like people would assume he's a catfish because it's like, why is Jason
Why would
Kelsey
he be
on
on
Tinder?
Yes,
But
No,
maybe that was
granted,
like the allure. Like,
we met before he did like the mummer suit.
Okay.
Before all that. So
Yeah.
he was like a little bit quieter then, but even Philadelphia is such a crazy fan base that they know the offensive linemen. So, yeah.
It's kind of fun. Did anyone notice him when you guys were there?
Well, it was after the Eagles Christmas party, so he was there with like a bunch of his teammates.
Oh, so that's why he was fucking hammered.
Yes. Oh, annihilated. And there are like stories after the fact of like what he was doing at the Christmas party. And I'm like, I don't even know how you made it to the bar.
Right, like, I don't know how you remembered me.
Yes. He remembered me walking in and then at some point tasting the Shirley Temple that I had ordered because it was the only non-alcoholic drink he had that day. So he was like, it was the most refreshing sip I had in what felt like weeks.
I love that for Jason. He's like, oh yeah, thank you so much. Give me some hydration.
Yes.
Did you have any like hesitations about dating a professional athlete?
I told no one.
Interesting.
For months.
Why?
Because if it was a situation where it was going to be like we hooked up and that was it, I didn't want to be like, because after a few times of hanging out, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
You're great. And there's clearly, I like very much am into this. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, if it's just me and it's not him that's into this, I want to make sure that I'm not then labeled the bimbo.
I get that. And that's fucking tough because correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when you're in that position, you can feel like because they are successful and you're someone in college, you're like, they do have the power almost. Yes. And there is a power. Yeah. You're like, fuck, like I kind of don't want to get my heart broken here. And I don't want to look like the idiot because people assume that women are flocking after these people and you just don't want to look dumb.
Yes.
And I feel like that is a natural feeling that's like hard to admit, but it's like the reality of the situation.
Yeah. And I didn't want to seem vulnerable in that situation. Yeah. To allow the space. Like like I said, not super sensitive. So I was like kind of like if this doesn't work out, it's okay. But then it got to like a few times of hanging out and I'm like, well, I would actually be like disappointed. Like I'm really into him.
When did you know you were like absolutely falling in love with him?
I mean, probably like 2 months in.
Oh, wow.
Because I was just like, at the very beginning, we would sit and talk for hours. Like, it was insane how long these conversations would go on.
Yeah.
And it was, we would leave and then it was one of those where like a day later he would be like, well, what are you doing tomorrow? And the hangouts got more and more frequent where we were hanging out back-to-back days. And then it's like, well, if we're hanging out back-to-back days, he has to like feel something too, right?
When did you guys like tell each other you loved each other? Like who said it first?
I said it first.
Were you
nervous? It was one of those where like you're sort of going back and forth and you're basically playing chicken.
Yes. That's when you're like, I really like you. Yes. And then you're like, I can't keep saying I really like you at this point.
We're too old for this shit.
Yes.
Yeah. I said it first. It was, I would say like at 6 months in, we were starting to have conversations of like, if he wasn't playing in Philadelphia, like, would we continue dating? Like, things like that, which is a very serious conversation to have. And we were having it just very casually.
What would you have done if he got traded to the Cowboys?
It was so nice. No, I'm kidding. I would never, I'm on record saying I would not wear other teams' stuff, but that I would wear things that had my husband's name on it.
You are never not going to be an Eagles fan.
Correct.
Okay. That's good to clarify. Once your friends found out you were dating him, like I had dated this professional athlete when I was in college, and I remember he slept in my dorm room and it made it on Twitter and everyone was like, what the actual fuck is that guy? He just won a World Series and he's leaving a sophomore's dorm room, which now is like controversial when I think about like the age gap, but that's another conversation for another time. But I remember people on campus being like, Cooper, what the fuck? Why is he in there? Like, did girls start to be like, Kylie, what is happening?
I kept it a secret a long time.
How?
I told no one.
No, your one friend knew, right? Who brought you there that night?
Yes.
And then
so I had two friends on campus that knew.
Okay.
My two closest friends.
And they never told anyone.
They didn't tell anyone. And my teammates knew at some point that I was seeing someone.
Oh my God.
And There was one time, which is funny because Cabrini was such a small school, where I was talking to one of my teammates and she said, like, who is this guy you're seeing? I was like, he lives in the city. And they were like, why are you being so sketchy about it? And I was like, because he has a job that's kind of public. I'm not going to get into it.
When you say that, Kylie, immediately like, so who is it?
Well, that's what happened. And so I was just like, oh, like he plays for the Eagles. We got there eventually. Like it was it was a very roundabout way, but we got there. And
pulling teeth.
One of my college teammates was like, oh, that's so funny. I know this girl from back home who met this Eagle on Tinder.
No.
But it can't be the same guy because this guy was hideous.
No.
I was like, really? What does he look like? And she was like, I'm going to text her right now and figure out what his name was. 5 minutes later, his name was Jason.
No, you're fucking lying.
I was like,
Kylie.
yeah.
No.
It was one of those moments where you're just like, this is validation. This is why I'm not telling anyone.
Fuck.
And the best part is that like nothing ever came of like this girl meeting him on Tinder. And so like I eventually got to the bottom of that, but I just thought it was so funny that in the one moment where I was like, okay, am I gonna let my guard down?
And someone just comes for you.
And she just was like, oh, like I know a girl from back home that met an Eagle on Tinder. And I was just like, no way. Who could it be?
I'm going to die.
Yeah.
You're like,
And
Jason.
I was like, okay.
Your eyes twitching. You're like,
Yeah. It's
pulling out your
fine.
phone. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
And it was like months before we met.
But I get it in that moment. Like, there's nothing worse than finally being open to your friends and honest.
Oh.
And then that moment, understandably, you're dating a public person. So
Yes.
anyone and everyone who has had any
It's fair
like
game.
interaction or even seen him in a room before is going to be like, I know him.
Yes.
And you're going to be like, wait, what? And that must have been so jarring. Did you ever have any like not trust issues with friends, but did you ever, once things got more serious, have people kind of you feeling like they were in it for the wrong intentions, whether it was like asking you for tickets or just like stuff like that?
I still have reservations about that. I still am in a situation where I always say my husband is super trusting, and it's one of the things I love about him. I'm the suspicious one. I'm the one who's like, maybe not.
Yeah.
And it's a weird place to be because like I have 3 young children, almost 4. I am very much in the time of my life where I should be like making mom friends and I hesitate on branching out too much because I always think like, are you just trying to double date because it's my husband? Does your husband have a hard on for my husband? Is that what's happening here?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I could see that. And I feel like obviously now you guys are even more public with obviously Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
So you guys are like, everyone is just like, what are you guys doing?
Yes.
And you're like, again, I'm coloring in my kitchen. Leave me
Yes,
alone.
exactly.
How did your family react when they met Jason?
They loved him. My dad was the last person I wanted to find out because I knew he would be like, you're not a bimbo.
But he's an Eagles fan, right?
Yes, but his dad very much overwhelmed the excitement of that he's an Eagle. And my dad is very much girl dad, like protective, gonna make sure that you hold yourself the right way and that you present yourself well. And he also always told my sister and I, like, don't ever be dependent on the person you're with. Don't ever. Like, you always need to make sure that you have your own stuff going on, that you could always support yourself, that like if anything were to ever happen, that you would not be completely.
It's great advice.
It's the best.
Yeah.
But he was the one I was most concerned about. My sister just so happened to be downstairs talking to my dad, and I still remember being upstairs listening to the conversation. They had been talking to the neighbor about how he was playing football, like tiny, like little kid football. And that my dad was asking him who his favorite player was. So at that point, my sister knew. The neighbor's favorite player was Jason. And so I hear Jason's name come up, and I hear my sister start to sort of egg my dad on and be like, no way, that's crazy. And so I go down the steps and I was like, you're awful. And she was like, why? And she tried to rescue me. She did. I give my sister credit in this moment. She tried to rescue me. She tried to be like, hey, this is not the direction that conversation was going. And my dad was like, why are you so bothered by that? And so then we had a coming to Jesus moment.
Wait, stop. That's where you told him? You were like, well.
Yes.
And
because then my sister was like, she knows him.
What did your dad say?
My dad was appalled. My dad was not happy. He was actually very disturbed. Very disturbed.
He's like, you can't take Sunday Night Football from me, Kylie.
He's like,
that's
do
the
not
Eagles,
ruin this.
and
Do not ruin this for me.
I can't picture this.
I cannot
Church and
separate.
state.
That's it.
Wait, so when did they meet for the first time?
At my aunt's house in Northeast Philly. I jokingly was like, you can come if you want. Because he was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, going to my aunt's house. We're going to have burgers and hang out. And he was like, oh. I was like, do you want to come? And he was like, yeah, okay. I was like, oh no.
No. Oh no. So he met like a bunch of your family. And
he met the family that I'm closest with, yeah.
And what was your dad? Was your dad fangirling, or was he like a hard ass?
He did not fangirl.
Okay.
And he wasn't a hard ass.
Okay.
My dad is very warm and fuzzy.
Okay.
He will not stop talking if you paid him.
But internally,
he grew up with 6 sisters. Like he knows how to get a word in.
Okay.
He talked to him, and afterwards was like, he's actually nothing like I would have thought a professional athlete would have been.
Fair. Love.
Because he just came in, sat down. My aunt's like feeding him shrimp and burgers, and he was just like, okay.
Was your mom obsessed with him?
My mom, I think I get my skepticism from my mom because she was like, she loved him, but she was like, okay.
So like, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of the Kelsey family?
Delightful.
Really?
Yeah, they're all so sweet. And honestly, the first time that I met all of them,
Yeah.
well, the first time I met his dad was over the phone, and it freaked me out because they sounded so much alike.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it
weird.
sounded like Jason in 50 Years.
Yeah.
It was strange.
Love.
But his mom is so sweet, and they're so supportive of their sons
So sweet.
that it was the easiest way to bond, because when they were coming into town, we were going to football games together.
that's
so
nice.
we were cheering together. It was like the best way to.
Wait, do you remember the first time you met them?
I don't remember the first time that I met his mom or dad, really like that moment.
Yeah.
I remember meeting Travis for the first time because it was like 8 months into dating. Like it was a while into dating, maybe longer. It was a long time into dating. It was football season.
Oh, right. He plays football too. Oh, right.
Yeah, he was busy.
Oh, all right. He was just a little busy.
Super casual.
And then when did you meet him for the first time?
In Hawaii for Pro Bowl. So we like we ended up meeting up in like the gift shop of the hotel. And it's the first time I met him. And it was just funny to me because he was like exactly on track with the rest of the family, like warm and fuzzy, like just, oh, I've heard so much about you. And it was just like this very silly, like,
Sweet.
oh,
Like they're all kind of the same vibe.
you're all family.
How is your family different from his?
Oh, a lot of ways.
Okay.
I tell everybody that, like when my friends got married, I was like, it's difficult because your in-laws are now your family, but they're not your family. So like if I wanted to, like if my dad was being ridiculous, I would call my dad and be like, you're being an asshole,
So true.
in a respectful way.
Yes. Of course.
But I would never call my father-in-law and be like, what are you doing?
So true.
So, and they also, like my family is very like, we talk about everything, like to a fault. Which is probably why I'm so like, I hate lying. Just say what you're going to say. They will like be very nice about things. And I'm like, just say it. Are you mad? Like I just want to get straight for
Yes.
it. And they are very nice.
Yeah.
And like,
You're like,
it's just
guys.
not the same, but I'm like, Is anyone gonna say, is someone like,
That is so relatable, though. I feel like I have the same thing with my husband where his family, they just call each other and they're like, what are you doing? And with my family, we all just like lightly tiptoe and we want to like
tiptoers.
No, you're like bash the door
We're
open.
stomping.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
And you're like, I have a problem with you.
Yes.
But it's so funny merging families. I agree because I love my mother-in-law so much.
Yes.
But if we are ever having just like, oh, she's being annoying, I'm like, well, Matt, you tell her. Like, I'm not going to call Lisa and be like, Lisa, you're annoying me.
Yeah.
But like, I agree that with my mom, I'm like, you need to seriously back up. So it's like, yes, I agree. Family to a point. And then you're like, but there's boundaries still.
1,000%.
In a positive way.
You're my family, but I want to be like aggressively respectful.
Yes.
Yes.
What is Donna's best quality as a mother-in-law?
So, when you see something blowing up on your socials, like a new makeup trend or a beauty tutorial, of course you want to try it yourself. That's when you head to Sephora. They have got the hottest names in beauty you can't miss. Brands like Laneige, K18, Rare Beauty, the ones that everyone is talking about. You guys know Sephora is where it's at. Every single, I would say, month, I have a huge trip that I do to Sephora, whether it's online or in store, and I go ham. I get myself stocked up. I get new things. I get my go-tos. It is just a place where you feel happy and you feel good. So Daddy Gang, the next big thing is only at Sephora. Shop now at Sephora.com.
What is Donna's best quality as a mother-in-law?
My biggest thing that I appreciate about her is that she is an amazing example of an independent woman. She is an expert traveler. Her and Ed are no longer together. They got divorced when the boys went to college, and she has not looked back. And I don't mean that in any way against Ed. I just mean it in like that she has been traveling, seeing the world. Like, she really is fulfilling like all of her travel dreams. Wow. And for me, I feel like that's such a cool example for our daughters that is something that excites her soul. So why wouldn't she do it?
It's incredible.
Yes.
Okay, how would you describe your dynamic with Travis?
The sad thing is we don't get to see each other very often. But whenever we're together, it's like, it really feels like it's just like the room of siblings. Like, it's, you just sort of like shoot the shit and have a good time, poke fun, and
Yeah.
Does
he ever ask you for like sisterly advice? Like, what role do you play to him?
We've had like those types of conversations before. It's a lot of like just like playful banter. Like, he at some point was explaining to Jason about a pair of shoes that he bought when he was like way earlier in the league.
Yeah.
And I think they were like Louis or something. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to explain to me, but like it's a red bottom. And I was like, but why do you need spikes on your shoe? And Jason was like, but how much did they cost? And like, it's almost like we like gang up on him a little bit.
Keep him humble.
But he's like, it's like the most fun dynamic. And watching the Jason and Travis together it's so funny because it's almost like everyone else isn't in the room anymore. Like, they'll get on a roll and it's like everyone else doesn't exist and it's just the two of them. And you can almost see them like playing mini hockey in their basement growing up.
Adorable.
Just by the way they're bantering.
How are they similar and how are they different? Because I feel like they seem similar.
They're very similar in their core values.
Okay.
So they are kind, sweet, generous. Mm-hmm. They both have great senses of humor, although I do think their senses of humor vary a little bit.
Okay.
And then there's just like, I mean, my husband, he wears what he wears. And Travis is out here like making statements with his outfit on a daily basis.
Yeah, the fashion is.
Yes.
There's a huge disparity here.
Very much so. But that's just it. Like, their core values are, you can tell they were raised in the same house by the same people.
Yeah.
And then you can tell they were into different activities.
Okay. Have you ever gone on a double date with Taylor and Travis?
Technically, yes, I would say.
What does that mean?
I mean, it wasn't out. It was at home, but yes.
Have you had one of her home cooked meals?
I don't know that I really ate the meal. This is going to sound terrible.
No.
I didn't really eat the meal because
Really cut that?
I was 8 weeks pregnant.
Oh.
And it was one of those where like nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're happy to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, the world saw you and Taylor meet, obviously, for the first time at the Chiefs and Bills game.
Yes.
Was that the first time you had guys met?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. People are deeply disturbed by this.
Why?
There was like all of this stuff leading up to it about, well, why haven't they met? They're avoiding each other. I'm not avoiding anyone. I am more than happy to meet someone, especially someone that Travis is dating. But it was funny to me because I kept saying to people, I didn't meet Travis for probably close to a year.
Right.
When Jason and I were dating. And she's busy.
Just a little.
It's just so silly to me
Yeah.
that that's like the storyline that's written.
I can imagine that's also annoying because you're like, it was also like probably like a lovely time to meet at like a
was
football game. It was like
great.
How did Travis tell you guys that he was dating Taylor Swift? I'm assuming like your family was like getting told this in some capacity at some point.
We were
right?
not.
You weren't?
No, I will say we knew before everyone else knew.
Okay.
But it was not like,
It didn't hit the group chat.
no, it did not hit the group chat.
Did Jason tell you?
Jason and I found out together. But we knew before like they hard launched with her going to a game.
I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay, what is something surprising you guys have bonded over?
We grew up going to the same shore points. So
nice.
her family was like Sea Isle, Stone Harbor.
Fun.
And that's like the exact areas that I grew up going to. Like I've gone
Wait, you went to Sea Isle?
I've gone to Sea Isle City my whole life.
Wait, New Jersey?
Yes.
I went to Avalon.
Did you?
And my best friend had a house in Sea Isle.
Good vibes.
And I would go to the boardwalk and
Yes.
I would put on my little jean miniskirt. I was like,
And you were doing something.
I was looking for something.
Yes, you were. Yep.
I would go there looking for like,
My nieces, that's what they do now.
do you still ever go?
We have a house in Sea Isle.
Wait, you do?
Yeah. We still go to Sea Isle. Yeah. I will never not go to Sea Isle. People are like, oh, you're going to graduate. You're going to go to Avalon or Stone Harbor. And I'm like, oh, no. The one time we were on the beach in Avalon and someone came up to us and they were talking to Jason and they were like, isn't Avalon great? And Jason's like, well, we usually stay in Sea Isle. This is such a niche conversation for people who don't.
People don't. It's like the Jersey Shore. Let's preface the Jersey Shore, but it's not the Jersey Shore.
It's not
like,
the Jersey Shore that is the Jersey Shore that you've
yeah.
seen, because South Jersey Shore is very different from Seaside Heights. The man on the beach in Avalon said to Jason, well, good thing you're in Avalon. We don't really have the riffraff that Sea Isle has. And as soon as he walked away, I said to Jason, he doesn't realize he was speaking to the riffraff. That's us.
Dude, I love Sea Isle.
It's the best.
I'm happy that you guys still have a house there.
Oh, yeah.
Never leave. Okay, you have 3 kids. You're pregnant, obviously, with your 4th.
Yes.
How have you been feeling overall in this pregnancy?
Pregnant.
Yeah.
I get nauseous all the way through. It's been every single one.
For all the men listening, this is very important.
Yes.
What are 3 things that a husband should absolutely do when his wife is pregnant? Just like give the men some tips. Like, what do we need?
Remember that your wife is growing a human.
Okay. It's a good.
Like, sometimes I think guys are like, oh, she's fine. And I'm like, no, I'm like, you're actively building a human being. So like, just give her some grace.
Yep.
No, remember that it's not infinite, that this too shall pass. And so for the women who are like like I've had pregnancies where I've been really, really emotional. Yeah. And after the pregnancy, I'm like, Jason, I don't know how you did that. Jesus. Thank you for sticking with me.
Yeah.
So this too shall pass. Yeah. And then mostly I think it's important to remember that she needs your support in postpartum more than she did during pregnancy. Postpartum is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my whole life. Yeah. Labor is like a drop in the bucket compared to postpartum.
Wow.
So I think that like giving your significant other grace.
I feel like for so long, like I don't have kids yet.
Yes.
And I want kids. And as a woman, I feel like for so many years, probably like decades, like there was this one just misconception about like pregnancy for women is just like, oh my God, it's amazing. And you see these ads and it's smiles and it's rainbows. And no one was really talking about like how fucking hard it is.
Yes.
And I think that, and it's not meant to make people feel scared, but it's the reality.
Yep.
And I appreciate you bringing up postpartum because I think that was something that no one really talked about because there was this shame where women
Yes.
felt like, oh my God, is there something wrong with me that I'm not feeling great? I just gave birth. Like, and I think your podcast and women talking about it, like those are the conversations that are going to actually allow women to feel genuinely better about themselves because they know other women are going through it. And we're not all like siloed in different sectors being like, what's your experience like? And you're like whispering about it.
I just can't imagine feeling the feelings that I felt and not having women around me to be like, that's not abnormal. Like you are having the same, because when I brought home our first, you like give birth, my husband leaves the hospital the next morning to go to work. My dad had to pick Wyatt and I up from the hospital as a newborn. I get home and I look at this baby for the next however many weeks. They don't smile at you for like 6 to 8 weeks on purpose. So like you're like grasping at straws here of like, are we cool? Like are we good? But I very much had this moment looking at Wyatt of like, but you're mine.
Right.
And I made you, and like, I did not feel that immediate, like, this is my baby and I will, like, it. I didn't have that. I didn't have that sensationalized, like, I'm a mother now. It was like a slow ease in when I always tell moms, especially first-time moms, that 6 to 8 weeks when they start to smile at you on purpose, you're like, oh, we're cool. Like there is a connection here. Because before that, they are a blob. They cry, they poop, they eat, they sleep. That's it.
But even when you just said that, Kylie, don't you feel like there is like a level of anxiety, I'm sure, for some women, and I don't know if you had it, in like even admitting that, even though it's probably the more common experience.
Think of how horrible that sounds.
Right.
Think of how horrible that sounds. You just built a human being, you give birth.
Yes.
And you're holding like this tiny little being that is completely dependent on you. And you're like, how it is so difficult to admit that you were not just like, this is the moment, right? Like, but to be able to say that out loud and to have other women hear it so that you're not racked with guilt when you take your first baby home and like realize that you're not having that moment of like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. Like we're both in diapers. I have a cooling pad on my lady bits. I am like afraid to sit down at any given point because it hurts so bad. And at the same time, every 2 hours, I'm supposed to connect you to my boob and something's going to happen. It is like, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. No, and that is why I think people are loving you being so just honest about your experiences. And again, like I commend every woman out there that has had the best experience where they're like, my baby came out, it flew onto my chest and we've been happy ever since. Amazing.
I love that.
I love that for you.
I hope that that's most people's experience.
I agree. But I appreciate you being honest about it because it's like,
it's not.
Yeah. I think it's a lot more times your experience is more common.
Yes.
And no one was talking about it. So when the first few women started admitting it, I know I've seen things online of people like back in the day being like, what is wrong with her? Like, is she depressed? Is she like, maybe, but I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Maybe because that also happens.
Yes. What is Jason's best quality as a father?
Oh, his patience. He has when I do think that we have a very complementary dynamic that he can tell when I've like reached my breaking point, and he will tag in the most like calm, come on Ellie, like we'll go try this, or he gets them to eat more food than I could ever even imagine, because he'll just sit at the table and be like, well, that looks good to try. Or it's just this, he's firm when he needs to be, but he has this degree of patience where I'm just like, this is great.
Is he excited for 4, or is he like, okay, we need to like bunker down and figure out how we're going to manage 4?
No, I think he's ready for it. We just live in like a state of chaos. Like we're just like, this is fun.
Love.
We're having fun.
Love. Okay, last 2 questions. What do you think is the biggest misconception about your family?
That we're more interesting than we are.
That's the biggest takeaway.
That's the biggest misconception, that we are more interesting than we are. I think that people don't realize, similar to what we were saying earlier about like you meet people in the public eye and you're just like, oh, they're a person.
Yeah.
We very much want our girls to live like a very normal life. And in an attempt to do that, we very much conduct ourselves in a very normal way at home, where I think people would be extremely underwhelmed with what goes on.
It's not so Hollywood.
And not even a little bit.
Are you guys gonna always, you think, stay in Philly area?
Yes.
Love.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, Jason obviously is retired, but I feel like he's working more than ever. And you just launched your podcast. What do you think this next chapter of your lives is going to be? Because obviously I feel like when he was playing, you guys had probably this routine. And now you've kind of like launched into this new era, I guess, of your life. Like, what can we expect? And what are you expecting?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Okay.
I am not much of a planner.
Okay. It's okay.
I am really enjoying what we currently have going on. I love that I'm getting to talk to incredible women. I love that we're having conversations that I think people want to hear, or like people are getting to learn with me. I like we'll see where that goes, but ultimately, like, we have 3 little ladies, 1 on the way. I'm excited to see like what the next one's personality is like. I am excited to see like what our girls look like when they're starting kindergarten and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we are super busy. I'm gonna keep dating my husband and taking care of my kids and
Love.
yeah.
Love.
And see where the wind takes us, I guess.
Well, I am so happy we finally got to sit down. It was like,
Thank
you
for
are
having me.
such a pleasure. Like, you're so fucking normal and lovely to talk to. I literally feel like I'm like back in Philly in my basement talking to you, and we're hanging out and we're about to like turn on the Eagles game and be like, woo, go Eagles. But thank you so much for taking the time, because I know you're so busy.
No, thank you. And thank you. I always like to give flowers where they're needed. So I do just want to say, like, and it usually stems from the idea of like that you are an example of a woman who is doing her thing and leading the way. And like, even back to when you were having conversations that were like, oh my God, women are talking about that stuff. And like, you were openly talking about it. You are like removing stigmas, or like making it appropriate for women to speak the way we should get to fucking speak. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for being an example that, I mean, my girls get to live in a better world because you've broken through barriers. So thank you.
Thank you so much. This was an honor.